Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you could do me a favor, if you do watch my videos, please subscribe. There's tons of you apparently. I looked at the analytics the other day and it actually shocked me a little bit. Most of you guys that watch the channel don't actually subscribe. Kind of bums me out a little bit because I'm putting a lot of work in here and I want the channel to grow. So if you do like it, subscribe. Getting back to this video, I don't really know what's going on with Keir Starmer, this country, the way that he seems to be betraying the very people that he's supposed to be representing. I don't know how someone can constantly lie to the British public and not get fired and not get kicked out. He seems immune to any kind of criticism, almost like he's been put there to do a job and he's not going to leave until he's done it. Whether that's the destruction of the country, who knows? But anyway, looking at this video here, I want to talk about Palestine and the plans of Keir Starmer and what they really are. And again, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to give you guys some information. You can make up your own mind. I'm going to be pretty neutral on this one. I'm not going to go too far, okay? But let's listen to the video.
Well, let me be really clear about Hamas. They're a terrorist organisation who can have no part in any future governance.
Terrorist organisation, absolutely no part in any future governance.
In Palestine. And what happened on October the 7th was the worst attack since the Holocaust. We have extended family.
9/11 might say different, but okay.
I understand firsthand the psychological impact that had across Israel.
What do you mean firsthand?
So I know exactly where I stand in relation to Hamas. Hamas, of course, don't want a two-state solution. They don't want peace. They don't want a ceasefire.
Okay, so that's his view on Hamas and Palestine. Let's have his view on religion as well.
Having been in DC for a few weeks, it's really interesting to see how you run the country as a proud Christian leader. And it really begs the question to the Prime Minister, if you don't mind, are we still a Christian country? But also...
when you say we, are you talking here or...?
Here. The UK. I'm still British. I might live in America, I'm still British. But also...
I can't give you that answer.
That's for the Prime Minister. But also, despite what we talked about in Scotland a few weeks ago, we still have 12,000 people a year here being arrested for social media posts, for free speech violations. Does that not remain an important area that there is still a lot of disagreement on?
I'd like to have you answer that.
Yeah, look, I mean, in terms of... I was christened, so that is... my church has been all my life, and we are, that is wired into our informal constitution. Of course we celebrate...
Right, Starmer once again doesn't actually answer the question and gives a lawyer's answer. He says that he was christened, so therefore the question about whether this country is a Christian country doesn't matter, even though Starmer previously said that he's an atheist. So weird. And also, here he is talking about his Jewish roots.
Are you a Zionist?
Well, look, I don't know how many people know this. My parents' family are Jewish, and we've got extended family in Israel. That we feel this every day. I don't describe myself as a Zionist, but I understand and I sympathise and I support Zionism. So I wouldn't describe myself in that way, but of course, we have family in Israel, and that is part of my family.
Okay, so he's a Christian, Zionist, atheist. Whatever, dude. Here he is now talking about recognising Palestine. So he's decided, in the wake of mentioning to Trump that Hamas has absolutely no part in any future in Palestine, shouldn't be part of their government, shouldn't be part of their state whatsoever. So he's decided, for some reason, to recognise the state of Palestine and announce sanctions on Hamas. I don't know how you can sanction a terrorist organisation, but let's read. It says, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is expected to announce the UK's recognition of a Palestinian state on Sunday, marking a significant shift in British foreign policy. I wonder why. Let's find out. At the same time, Starmer will unveil new sanctions on Hamas. I don't know. Again, how can you sanction a terrorist state that's like locked into? It's just, I don't know what you can do here. What's the sanction? What is it? Let's find out. Anyway, let's see if it says. According to British media reports presenting the move as part of a two-pronged approach, the decision to combine recognition with sanctions is seen as an attempt to counter criticism from the United States, where President Donald Trump has condemned the plan to recognise a Palestinian state. Starmer had warned in July that the UK would change its position unless Israel agreed to ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. Again, right, this is sounding like he's going to Israel, hey, if you don't change your mind, I'm going to do the thing that you definitely don't want. I'm going to recognise Palestine as a state. We'll see. We'll get back to that in a sec. So ministers now say that with conditions unmet, the situation is worsening and recognition is a moral responsibility. So what do you think would happen if they recognise Palestine as a state? Do you think that they will just, everyone will just stop going to war and hating each other for the 1,000-year blood feud that they've had? Or do you think that all of this is just part of the plan and this is the next step that they need in order to move things forward? Because I remember seeing this in 2023. A leaked document reveals that Israel's Ministry of Intelligence plans to deport Palestinians to European nations such as Spain, Greece and Canada and the UK. So again, this is a leaked document saying that this was their plan all along. Now, it could be said, now this is not definitive, but it sounds fishy as fuck. It could be said that in order to start deporting them en masse, because they need at least 2 million of them gone, they need to recognise Palestine as a state, because legally we can't really take refugees from a place that doesn't exist. So the next step that they would need is to recognise Palestine, and then they could send them over. And here we are, like they're talking about this now, this is recent. They are sending Gazan refugees to the EU and the USA. Muslim countries won't accept any former Israeli interior minister, whatever that is. We need to take advantage of the destruction to tell the countries that each should take a quota. We need all 2 million to leave. That is the Gaza solution. And here's some of them now arriving in Belgium. So I don't know, guys. Can you believe Keir Starmer? Do you think he's a Christian Zionist atheist, or do you think he's just a dirty snake who lies all the time? Do you think that he's actually trying to solve the problem of Palestine for the Palestinians and, protecting his own country, or do you think he might be working for someone else and furthering their needs at the cost of the Europeans? Weird. I don't know the answer. All I can do is to give you this information because this is not a transparent story. We don't know what's really going on behind the scenes, but we do get occasionally people coming out and telling you to your face that this is what they're doing. And when all of the things line up, and it all seems like this is happening in accordance with the needs and the wants of a foreign state rather than the needs and the wants of our countries, then, it leaves a bitter taste in the mouth. That's all I'll say on that. Anyway, guys, like I said, if you do like the channel, subscribe. We'll see you later.